The path of half-forgotten dreams stretched before Cinderella like a winding ribbon made of pale light, flickering in and out as though unsure whether it still existed. And each time Cinderella stepped forward with the echo lantern in her hand, the path brightened just enough to hold itself together. Luna hovered close, her wings dimmer than usual, wary of the heavy silence pressing against them, while Clover hopped carefully at Cinderella's feet, glancing around nervously at the grey trees whose branches drooped like memories too tired to lift their own weight. Lyria, faint but determined, floated beside Cinderella, her soft glow pulsing in time with the wish seed hidden beneath Cinderella's cloak. "We must stay on the path," Lyria whispered, her tiny voice trembling as if even speaking too loudly might attract something. "The moment we forget why we're here, the path will fade." Cinderella nodded, gripping the echo lantern tighter. "Then we won't forget, no matter what this place tries to show us." But the land around them seemed eager to test her promise. As they walked deeper, faint glowing shapes began appearing beside the path, soft, blurred figures murmuring quietly. At first, they were only wisps of light shaped like flickering outlines of children running, holding hands, or reaching for something just out of reach. Clover shivered. "Are those ghosts?" he whispered. Lyria shook her fading head. "Not ghosts. Forgotten dreams. Dreams someone once cherished, but never followed. They drift here until they fade completely." One of the shimmering shapes ran past Cinderella, and suddenly she heard a child's voice echoing from nowhere and everywhere at once. "I want to learn to paint the sky." Then the dream flickered, dimmed, and vanished. Cinderella whispered, "They're beautiful, but so sad." Lyria nodded. "If the shadow reaches them first, it turns them into echoes." Luna gulped. "What kind of echoes?" As if answering her question, a cold whisper curled through the trees. "Paint. Paint. Paint. Sky." The voice was hollow, stretched thin like old paper, and Cinderella froze. The echo lantern flickered sharply. Lyria gasped. "An echo is coming." From between the grey trees, a shadowy figure drifted forward, long and slender, made of dark mist, its form not solid but trembling like a tear in reality. It had no face, only two dim, glowing spots where eyes should have been, and its body shifted every time the echo lantern's light passed over it. Luna clung to Cinderella's shoulder. "That's one of the shadow's echoes." Lyria nodded. "Yes." A fragment of silence. "It tries to confuse travelers by repeating the faint dreams nearby. Don't listen to it. Don't let it twist your thoughts." But the echo floated closer, its voice stretching again. "Don't forget. Forget. Forget." Clover whimpered. "I don't like this." The echo lantern glowed brighter, and Cinderella felt warmth spread through her hands. She raised it slowly, and the lantern's golden light washed over the echo. The creature recoiled, its form glitching like a disturbed reflection. Cinderella stepped forward bravely. "You can't take our memories," she said softly but firmly. "And you can't turn these dreams into shadows." The echo hissed without breath, retreating further into the trees. As it vanished, the whispers of forgotten dreams grew quieter, calmer, as though grateful. Cinderella lowered the lantern and exhaled. "We're safe. For now." But Lyria shook her head. "Echoes never roam alone. The shadows sense them in groups." Before Cinderella could respond, soft murmurs rose all around them, one behind her, then two more to the left, then another whispering from above. "Wish. Wish. Seed. Seed." Luna's eyes widened. "It knows about the wish seed." The echo lantern flared suddenly, and Cinderella gasped as the path before them brightened sharply, revealing something they hadn't seen before. A wide archway made of shimmering, cracked stone stood ahead, covered in faint inscriptions shifting like drifting water. "What is that?" Clover whispered. Lyria's glow brightened with relief. "The Arch of Remembering. Once we pass through it, the echoes cannot follow." Only true memories can exist beyond this point. Cinderella held up the lantern and stepped toward the archway, but the path behind them began to crumble. Luna yelped. It's disappearing. Lyria trembled. The shadow of silence is pulling it away. The echo's voices rose louder behind them, repeating their words back twisted and hollow. Seed. Arch. Remember. Remember. Cinderella held on to Clover as the ground shook beneath them. Run! She shouted. They sprinted forward, the path cracking apart into dust behind them, echoes diving from the trees like streaks of smoke. Cinderella's cloak billowed as she clutched the lantern close. Hold on! She cried, leaping forward as the last piece of the fading path vanished. The four of them dove together through the shimmering arch of remembering just as the echoes screamed and dissolved behind them like shadows swallowed by sunlight. Everything flashed white. When the light dimmed, Cinderella slowly opened her eyes and gasped. They stood in a vast open field filled with glowing fragments like glass petals drifting gently upward into the sky. The grass was bright, shimmering with color. The air was warm and hummed with soft voices, not sad, not fading, but hopeful. Lyria whispered with awe. This is the field of remembered hopes. Cinderella lifted the echo lantern, watching as it glowed brilliantly. It's beautiful, she breathed. Clover's ears perked up. And safe. Lyria hesitated. Safer, but the tower of remembering lies ahead. And the shadow will not let us reach it easily. Cinderella nodded, gently touching the wish seed through her cloak. Then we keep going. And with the lantern's glow lighting the way through the shimmering field, they began the next step toward the tower, while far behind them, beyond the arch, a cold whisper echoed through the fading forest. Soon. Seed bearer. Soon.